I want to talk about the Niagara region today. Why, you might ask? Because I'm a Niagara gal. I was born and raised in Niagara Falls. I know, you're jealous. I was raised in wax museums. Anyway, Niagara has a regional chair, a guy named Bob Gale of Gale's Gas Bars, who was not elected to that position, by the way. He was appointed by one of Doug Ford's lackeys, the Municipal and Housing Affairs Minister, Rob Flack. I'm taking no flack from you, Rob Flack. Anywho, personally, I think Bob Gale is a bloviating bully. And if you've ever watched him in a city council exchange where he's being challenged by a female councillor, you can smell the misogyny from 8 miles back. I don't like the guy, I'll be honest. But besides that, the point is he is pushing forward a motion to have the Niagara region amalgamated from 12 municipalities to 4. 12 is a lot. I agree, it's a lot. The question is how he's doing this. This is the problem. So Bob Gale sent a letter to the mayors of around the different municipalities, letting them know that this is already in motion. He's already spoken to Rob Flack about the urgent need to amalgamate the region and push it forward as fast as he can. This is the first time the mayors are hearing of it. The city councils didn't hear about it. They had no idea this was going on. But most importantly, there was no consultation with the residents who live in Niagara. Classic Doug Ford. Can we say Ontario Place, anyone? Can we say Greenbelt Development? Yeah. Bob Gale has learned at the foot of the master of bullshit and sneaky dealings. So this is what he's trying in Niagara. He's trying to push it through. He was kind of shamed, I think, into speaking at city council or taking questions at city council and in Niagara-on-the-Lake, where he was pummeled with questions. Questions like, do you have any data about how successful this has been in other municipalities? Has it saved them tax money? Has it been cheaper? He didn't know, didn't have any research on that. He was also questioned about a report, get ready for this, that was done by a former CAO of Niagara named Harry Schlang. Problematic name, let's all grow up for a minute. Anyway, no, he hadn't read that. Why would he? He had no research on this. He's just firing ahead. Well, who does that sound like? Anyway, people are pissed. And now he's given the mayors till March 3rd to respond to this motion before he amps it up to the next letter. Handily, March 3rd, there isn't time for community consultations. The community is going to have no voice in this. So they're upset, and so they should be. To me, the Niagara region has so many gorgeous, great different flavors to it, and that's what makes it special. You can be in crazy town Niagara Falls 1 minute, half an hour later be in Niagara-on-the-Lake. Niagara-on-the-Lake has an actual historical society. Some may call it the hysterical society. They are very, very careful about how that town is run, and they like to keep a close hold on that. And maybe they should. I mean, it is a very unique little place. St. Catharines, a mid-sized city. You've got Thorold, Welland, you've got Lincoln, the farmlands, out to Beamsville and Grit Lake. It is a very special place, and each community has very different needs. So how is this going to work? And if Doug Ford, who wants to turn Niagara into the Vegas of Canada, if he has any say of it, they're worried that a lot of the money will be funneled into Niagara Falls because that's where he's interested in. He doesn't give a shit about Lincoln or Welland or nah. It's all about the falls. Anyway, people are mad. And it's sneaky and it's dirty. And I don't know what's going to happen with it. But I'm glad that he's been called out. And I'm glad that he is now being forced to answer some questions on it. My fear is it's too late. Usually there's a sense here that this is a done deal already. And he's just going through the motions until it's actually signed, sealed, and delivered. And again, if Doug Ford is in on it, what can you expect? But here's a question, Bob Gale. Do you really need regional council? Maybe we don't need you, Bob Gale. Maybe we don't need you. When I say we, I don't live there, but I am an honorary Niagaran. So yeah, Bob, think about that. Maybe it's time for you to go.